Alright, what's up guys? I'm going to be doing an update video for the OnX hunting systems, mapping systems. So, because recently they came up with an update, I've actually got a chance to use it via scouting and going out on the first day of archery season here in PA, which started on, I believe, the 16th. Since then, it's been ungodly hot. We had a few good days of like the 60s and 70s, and it's been like 85 the last like week or two. So, but I figured we'd just get started. So, we pull up the OnX hunting site. It's onxmaps.com. Got a really nice homepage here. So when you log in, it's gonna bring up your maps, and the slogan "Know where you stand," 100% behind it. So this is right now what you see here. This is where I live. This is the default area that it brings you to, is where you're currently located. So anyway, I just want to show you some things that are going on right now. First off, on the left here, close this down, you have these two things. This is the My Layers, which is pretty sweet. You have your state bundles, which you can purchase single states. You can do, I think it's like $30 for a single state for the year, and then I'm not sure how much it is for all 50 states, but as you see, I got mine for Pennsylvania. Now with these, you can do different layers. You can do the private lands, PA hunt units, which is really nice, PA deer hunting roads, and all these other ones that are local. Now it's going to be different per state, because like in Colorado, you guys have the BLM, and so they have different rules and different sections, and it's probably a lot more. So then we can go to the nationwide layers, and there's a bunch of stuff here. You can apparently buy some certain things, so like the Boone and Crockett trophy game records in the area, timber cuts, roadless areas, precipitation radar, blah blah blah. If you're out west, the prairie dogs. There's just a bunch of different stuff here. So like, here's water. I don't typically use these. I use the trail ones because they're nice if you're hunting like me in the state parks, and in public lands. They have trails people hike on, just nice access points. So we're going to go back to the state bundles. We're going to turn on the private lands, turn on the public lands, and turn on the hunt units. Okay, so we're going to close down. I'm going to zoom out for you guys. So I live in, obviously, the Philadelphia area. Now when you buy the single state lands, it will only show you that state. So here for PA, you have all the different WMUs. They're pretty huge WMUs. In Southeast PA, excuse me, they're a little bit tighter. The nice thing about OnX is that it defines it, because on the state game lands website, it'll tell you, from the eastern side of PA 263 to the western side of PA 11, and like it gives you these random ass borders. They're not random, but like they're hard to follow. This makes it super easy. So you can see how I have different stuff plotted out already. Like up in these forest areas here, this is actually up near Penn State College, but this is considered elk country for PA. These dotted areas here are state game lands. So now we can scroll into where the areas that I'm hunting in. Not a lot of areas around me, just because it's super populated. Philadelphia is like top 5 in population, as you see, like over here. All around is, all this area is people living there. Not a lot. It can be very wooded, but there's not a lot of places to hunt. So, now in the area that I'm hunting, you can see I have areas, things already mapped out or picked out, like places of interest that even before I even got into the woods, I, was like, oh, that looks like a good idea. Now, granted, take this with a grain of salt. I've never hunted before. This is my first year hunting. I've been doing a lot of research on YouTube, talking to people. I'm learning, so bear with me. But I'm going to switch this off real quick. So, as I said before, I had on my layers, I have the PA private lands and the public lands and the hunt units. Those are typically what I'm going to have selected. Now this is French Creek State Park. You click on it, it'll tell you the owner, French Creek State Park, 6,382 acres, and Unit 5C. Now, with state parks, you can't hunt in all state parks. Like Hopewell Furnace here is part of the state park, but you are technically legally not allowed to hunt in there. So, you just have to know that. You got to do the research. This can only really get you so far. It'll help you out a lot, but it'll only get you so far. So, like, I know for a fact I can hunt in this green areas that are highlighted here, this dark green, and I can also hunt in the polka dot green areas because that is the state game lands. Now, what's nice is with the OnX is, say you see a parcel of land that looks interesting, you can click on it. It actually tells you who owns it. Don't go contacting those people. But it's nice because if you see a area that looks really good to hunt, like open fields, it's got nice funnels, nice just terrain like that you're looking for, you can hunt there, or you can at least find out who owns it. And then also what's nice is when on the phone, like everything like on the last video, everything translates to the phone, the iPad, the Android app, whatever. And so what you do on the computer screen, like on my laptop, like I am here, it'll save it all and then go to, you can see it on the phone. So like over here, let me see here. So you can see I have a spot marked here. It's an open field. I was like, oh, what the hell? I'll check it out. Obviously, you're not going to know exactly what is there until you get there. Like, I mean, you can use things like Google Earth and other applications, but you're not going to know until you get there. And then also in some of these lands, like I believe like some of this land here is actually owned by like a trust company or something like that, and they you got to get a special permit to hunt there. Didn't know that until I got there and I saw the sign. Like, so this Natural Lands Trust Company owns the land, and I guess farmers farm it, and then I didn't know until I got there. So, it is what it is. But anyway, so what you can do is, like, say there's like this area here off of Horseshoe Trail. I marked it. Now here's where that trail comes in. So I can walk that trail all the way down to this spot and check it out while I'm scouting my spots out. Now, what's cool is it tells you like the game land parking areas. So like you follow this road, I've parked here, saw what's all around going on here. Like this area is apparently all, Even though it's part of the state game land, it's part of that trust, so you can't technically hunt there without the permit. You can park here, go up in this area like you see, and whatnot. So, it's pretty nice. That's my thing. Now, what's really nice with the updates is that they made a quick switch here, so you can switch right over to Topo and see the topographical. You can go hybrid, where you can see the topographical lines on top of the hybrid, which is really sweet. Or you can do the straight satellite. Now, here, like, I actually marked this spot on my phone because I was hunting the one afternoon, and I was like, and it looked like a decent spot. I walked in, and it was a good spot. So, I actually saw a deer there. So, they got spooked by something, probably by me, but I was probably like about 20 yards from it, and I heard it rustling behind me or off my back shoulder, and I turned around and I saw it hopping away. So I marked that spot as a good area. Let's zoom out here. Here's another example of going from what's it called? Going from phone to computer. So this area is kind of iffy. I'm not a big fan of it. But here's a gun range here. So all freaking day long you hear gun popping off, like shots popping off, whatever. I mean, it is what it is. But what's cool is on the phone you can actually track yourself. So what happened was I parked in here. Now, I didn't track the whole day because I walked a long way. I walked in from here down to here. I wanted to get to this field, but if you actually look at the topo, not even the topo, but look at here, right in here somewhere is a steep drop. And with the ground being really moist and wet, I wasn't too keen on climbing my fat ass back up it. I'm a big boy. I'm 330 pounds. And I had my book bag, my bow, and my boots were just, they were soaked. My socks were soaked, everything. So what I did was I went down in these little clearings here. Now, I'm not 100% sure what the clearings are. I'm thinking they're pipes, underground pipes or something. But I mean, you can see straight down in them. I mean, it has to be underground because you can't see anything. But so I walked into here and I sat up here for a little bit, didn't see shit, came in here. It's like, oh, there's a dude with a tree stand up here. So I marked it down, tree stand, possibly decent area. Now there's a lot of people up in here. But I walked down in here, kept walking, walked all the way around to this field, and then I walked out here. Now if you click on here, this is where I actually started mapping my route. So, you can see from here to here, I did, and that's all one path, trail. Now I did stop, looked around, see what some other stuff was, but it's 3/4 of a mile. On the phone, it actually tells you, like how fast you go, your pace and all that stuff. So, and it's all up. This is the whole path is up and down, up and down. So not bad. But what I like to do is I like to plop down points, which are these waypoints. Pull in here, so you can plop a waypoint here, okay, and you can actually see over here it brings this up. You can add notes, you can rename it, you can, if you see antelope, or that's where you park your ATV, you put a blind like I did here, where it's a blood, you saw some blood, or you know, that's where you're camping, whatever. They got a bunch of different stuff here, different waypoint options. So I mean, it's great, for all over the place, and put your trail cams, whatever. I mean, it's a really cool feature. Um, let's delete that. So now, if I want to actually say I want to go to this point from the hike, I can do line distance. Okay, so I can go from here to here down to there. So total, how do I stop it? Alright, so in total that's 0.62 miles. And you can kind of just map out your area. You can draw shapes here, so you can just do specific areas. So now you see we're at 48.2, and as you move it, it changes it. So now I'm not 100% sure. Okay, so you double click it, and it actually makes the shape. So, and it tells you your borders here. And in total, I have 50.76 acres selected. So it's really nice. There's, a lot of cool videos online to tell you how to read topos. I'm still learning, so I'm not going to get into that stuff. I mean, the update's really cool. The other thing that's really cool is you can actually go on your phone and save online map or offline maps, meaning when you're in no cell service, like I was in that one spot over here, like there's no cell service there, but I was still able to access the maps and the GPS, because the GPS is separate from the data on the phone. And it's all explained in the OnX website. But it's really sweet because you can go in, you can look at your maps, and you save like a 50-mile map radius, and it'll literally pinpoint you right where you're at, and everything shows up, all your content, everything. You can print maps out, like if you want to print this map out, you can. You want to print your own map, whatever. I mean, it's pretty cool. It's really good. I mean, I would still use other applications like Google Earth. Windfinder's a good one. It can tell you the direction of the wind on average, or what the expected wind direction is going to be. Excuse me. Use Maplets is a good one. I believe that's like $2.99 through Amazon. And you can download a crap load of maps. So like I use the Maplets, and I also use it for the Hopewell furnace, because that also has a GPS function as well, and will tell you where you're at, which is really cool, and it'll track you. So that's a little bit cheaper. It's $2.99, and there's like millions of maps you can download. So I got mountain biking apps, maps, my off-road maps for when I go wheeling, bunch of stuff. So and you can check out tons of YouTube channels like Wired to Hunt. Just Google shit. I mean, it's all there, like public land. I mean, that's all I'm hunting this year is public land. So I'm excited, because it's a great tool. This is probably the most complete tool that you can do. You can use. Now the nice thing about, say, like Google Earth is you can do the 3D stuff, and you can put the little man on the ground, see what it looks like from the ground level. You know, that's pretty cool. So if there's a farm you wanted to investigate or whatever, and it can also show you maps and pictures, aerial photos from years prior. So again, use that in conjunction with this. This will do like probably 80-90% of what you can do with Google Earth. So use this and then use Google Earth. Use all the other stuff, all your resources. But I really like this, especially since you can go from do scouting at home on the laptop or desktop, and then it'll show up on your phone and on the iPad or the Android tablets or whatever. So, you know, go ahead. I say do your free subscription, you know, trial subscription, and then I guarantee you will love it. It's easy to use. It loads up pretty quickly. It's a really big program, so if your internet's not the greatest, it'll take even longer. But you know, it's just like anything else. But I highly recommend OnX Maps. A lot of people like Randy Newberg use it. A lot of state game wardens use it. So use it to your advantage. It's great. You know, if you got any questions, leave questions down below or ask OnX themselves. So I hope this video is useful for you guys. So